Starting your motorcycle in the freezing cold? Let's get into this one. Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. I hope you're well. If you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notifications bell for all future videos. So, starting your motorcycle in the freezing cold. Oh my God, will it start? Won't it start? So this is a follow-up really from a couple of shorts that I did a couple of weeks ago, where I basically said, look, I had to leave my bike out overnight for, let's say, 4 nights. And it was in freezing cold conditions. We had a real cold snap in the UK. And where I had to leave my bike, the temperature went down to -4, -5 each night. Why did I have to leave it there? Well, basically I had to go and get my Breaking Bad camper and then bring it to my home so I could just do things to it for 4 or 5 days, and then I had to go back there. I needed my car in the meantime. That's why I took my bike there, and I had to leave it overnight. The timing was wrong, of course, with the freezing temperatures. So when I took the camper back at 5 o'clock in the morning, I went to start up the bike at, well, by the time I sorted out the camper, it was about nearly 6 o'clock in the morning. It barely started. It really struggled to start. In fact, I thought this bike's not going to start. Now, of course, being left out in the cold, a battery always suffers as well. But the thing that struck me was that the bike did start, but really it shouldn't have started. And this is what I meant. And I tried to say this in one of my shorts, but I thought I'd make a video just to expand on it a little bit. One of the reasons why I was a little bit unsure about leaving my bike overnight somewhere, certainly for 3 or 4 nights, and certainly in the freezing cold temperatures, was because of the electrical drain on the battery from it just being sat there. And that's mainly because of the alarm, or what I've got an electrical accessories manager on there, Hexezacan, which has always got a little bit of draw onto it. Now, I have my bike on a battery trickle charger, a tender, every night, so it's never an issue when I'm at home. But when I went to start the bike, that's where I feel that it was a combination of both really cold temperatures, not having ridden the bike in 3 or 4 days, having to turn all that cold metal, cold oil, then all of a sudden having that, and also having a battery that was depleted just a little bit, that it was struggling. For the first 2 or 3 times I hit the starter button, the starter was just clicking. There was nothing there. Then it tried to turn over the engine. It was kind of going, and I thought, here we go. This is not starting. So I tried another 2 or 3 times, just short bursts, just to see if it was going to turn over the starter motor. Then eventually I got a bit more of a turn, and I think maybe about the 7th or 8th attempt at just starting it, that's where it finally kicked into life. So if you're ever going to leave your bike out overnight in cold temperatures for a prolonged period of time, just make sure that you haven't got any electrical drain on your battery anyway. And if you've got an electrical accessories manager on there, you may want to disconnect that. If you've got easy access to the battery, you may want to disconnect the battery as well. Now, of course, if you can have your bike at home, then obviously put it on a trickle charger. If you're going to lay your bike up for the whole winter, then just disconnect the battery. Take the battery out completely. If you're going to leave your bike outside for that whole period of time, then just do that. Just disconnect the battery, take the battery inside, and away you go. If you're going to be riding your bike on a daily basis in the winter months, then hey, it doesn't really matter. You're constantly going to be charging up that battery anyway, especially if you're doing longer mileage. But for me, it's one of those things. There's only probably about 2 or 3 occasions during the year where I might leave the bike for 3 or 4 days. I definitely notice after 3 or 4 days of the bike not being touched, and also not being on a bike tender, that the battery is a little bit sluggish in trying to start the engine. Coupled with the cold temperatures, all of a sudden I had a bit of a problem. Now, of course, lots of things contribute to this. I didn't have the bike in gear. Somebody was saying it should have had the bike in neutral. Well, it was in neutral. Yes, engine oil is going to be a contributing factor. But one of the other things which I acknowledged when I got back from the first ride back home on another short was I need to check the battery terminals and also check the grounding of not only the starter motor but also the battery negative terminal as well to the frame. Making sure that everything's nice and tight, and also making sure all the contacts are all clean as well. So I had to make sure that all the terminals were all clean, everything was done up nice and tight. Now, I won't really know until I've left the bike outside for another 3 or 4 nights in really freezing temperatures whether I'm going to have the same problem again. because the bike is always unattended. But this is just something to be aware of. Not only does your battery have to be in tip-top condition, of course, and the terminals and the contact points need to be clean as well, but you also have to make sure that the parasitic drain on your battery is not too much. And then if it is high, then the likelihood is it's going to drain your battery sufficiently that you won't be able to start your bike. And that almost happened to me. Then I thought, right, am I going to have to try and bump start my bike? I don't even know if I can bump start my Harley. I've never tried to do it. I'm not even sure if it would work. I'm not even sure. Let us know in the comments below. Have you ever tried to bump start an M8? I haven't even done any research on this. I haven't even tried to watch any YouTube videos to see if that can be done. I'm not even sure if that's a thing. But let us know your thoughts in the comments below. How do you start your motorcycle in cold temperatures? Are there any top tips that you have? What things do you do to try and offset a drain in battery or operating in really cold temperatures? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notifications bell for all future videos. And I'll catch you again on another video coming very soon. And hopefully next time I'll be starting my bike, no problem. Easy as pie. Catch you again. Bye now.